If I lost it all, bearing in mind we've built a business from 0 to 7 figures, 0 to 15 full-time team members. If I was to lose it all today, in this video, I want to share with you the exact step-by-step process that I would follow if I was to build a successful practice again. It's about the skills and it's about knowing what I know now that is the actual value. It's not just chasing new patients or having the coolest, best software out there. Although there's some of those things might be relevant. So guys, stay until the end because I have 7, 8 or 9 important points that I want to make, which will eventually become a bullet print of this is called reverse engineering. If I was to lose it all, how would I start again? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Stefan. I run a company called Practice Peak where we educate, train, mentor, and help practices to build a truly successful business that runs even when you're not there. That's really important because most chiropractors I interview, most people that ask for help when we get on the call, it turns out they don't really have a business. They don't like hearing that, but what they've done is they've created a job. So if you want to stand out, watch this and I will promise you that if you apply 3 or 4 of these points, it will completely change the way you do business and your practice. So you can have more freedom, so you can actually have bigger impact and you can live life on your terms. Cool. If I was to lose it again, I wake up tomorrow, my clinic is gone, my reputation is gone, my brand is gone, my practice is gone, all my team members are gone, my systems, and I have no new patients. Where would I start? The first point I need you to think about is this. Get your model sorted. Your business model is one of the most important things that you're going to have to consider. What I mean by that is, are you going to be an open plan practice? Are you going to be closed plan? Are you going to be multidisciplinary clinic? Are you not? Are you going to have prepayment options? Are you going to use direct debits? Are you going to have clear pricing structure? What is the model? For me, it was simple, highly scalable, and replicable, meaning that if I have 100 new patients, 99.9% of those will get similar results and then absolutely rave about us. So the model is very, very important. Most people don't even know what a successful model looks like. My pro tip for this, or for you guys, if you haven't done this yet, is find the clinic that you really, really like, that delivers the value that you want to bring to society, and just model what they do. The private guys that we have in my community, it's literally what I tell them. So guys, this is what I've done. This is how it works. Just absolutely go crazy on duplicating it and sprinkle, of course, your level of personality in there. Point number 2 is actually quite important, and that is location. So choosing your location is actually quite important. I completely understand that if you are watching this video already have practices, so you cannot really change your location. But in the future, you might open a second practice. You might even have things that you can adapt in the current location. So things I'm looking for is footfall. I know we always look at, if you look at any of our clinics, they will be on a busy road, big road, and it's usually a road that is the only road that joins 2 bigger places. And we're bang on in the middle. Usually we look for schools, we look for train stations, we look for bus stops, and we look at, what's the competition like? Because we go big. You don't have to do that, but when we go big, it means that we kind of kill the competition. And we look at the demographics as well. Is it an old people's town? Is it a young, thriving community? Is it close to London? Is it in the sticks in the middle of nowhere? You can make it all work. Some of those things are just more optimal. We always look at this model where we have a big building, lots of parking, and 2 big signs either way of the road. So people driving this way can see the offer we have on this side. People driving that way can see the offer we have on this side. And if you want me to, I can make a whole new video of how to choose location and how to reduce your headaches by starting the right way. The third point to consider is something we call, what is your minimum viable setup? Minimum viable setup, MVS. And what I mean by that is, you don't have to do what I did. When I first opened my practice, we had thousands of pounds of investment in this building. We knocked off lots of walls. We extended this thing and we invested in an X-ray facility, but you don't have to do that. Your minimum viable setup is, you don't really need the palace. You need a room or 2 rooms. You need the basic desk setup. You need to have a bench, a portable bench, and a software to book and take payments. That's it. And obviously your hands, which is why the profession we're in is one of the best things, I believe, out there for starting up a business from scratch. So don't overcomplicate it. Get some mentorship. They'll show you how to set things up and not to screw things up, and also how to optimize and create efficiency, because this thing here, you probably need less than £10,000 to start. I kid you not. And you can get that back in month 1 if you know how to do the other few points we're going to talk about. Because point number 4 is getting quick wins. So get those first 20 to 50 new patients, which is your lowest hanging fruit. How do we do that? In my community, we have 12 proven campaigns, and we give you the exact steps. In fact, I always think when people join, we've not had this once yet, that someone hasn't won, but at some point someone will just not do what we tell them to do. And I always think the only way to fail is to do just the complete opposite of what we teach you, because we provide you every single step of how to find new patients, how to get them booked in, how to process them, and then we're going to talk about the next points, which are really important. But those 20 to 50 new patients to get your consistency in revenue and cash flow is really, really, really important. Some of you don't even get this now when you have an established business, 20 to 50 new patients a month. This is super easy. You can probably get this in the region of 100 to 200 pounds through certain ways of outreach events, through optimizing how to do good spinal screenings, hybrid health masterclasses that we do, and we teach you how to do it. One of our clients recently, in fact, this month, just showed me a screenshot of booking 60, I believe it was 62 spinal screening patients. 57 of those booked as new patients, and most of them have taken care, which means for the £140 they spent on Facebook advertising, £146, I believe it was about £2.50, which is ridiculous, £2.50 per new patient. This is not lead. These are not cold or warm leads. These are patients that booked in the diary and they've paid you between 40 and 70 pounds for a new patient consult, which means you are 10xing, you're 15xing your return on ad spend, let alone what you do when someone actually becomes a client, which is the next step of my process. Is I need you to blow their mind. When you get the good location, when you know your model, when you know your MVS, when you know you've got a few patients booked in the diary before you've opened your clinic, is getting the wow factor. Blow their mind. That wow factor is super important. What I mean by that is really think about the experience that patients get even before they come to you. So this is what we call the perfect patient journey playbook. The perfect patient journey playbook. This thing took me 6 months to record, and not to blow my own trumpet, but there is no other program like that on the market. When I do discovery calls with people and they jump on the call with me and ask them, what are your problems? What are your challenges? What are you trying to solve? Where are you in the business? What are the constraints? What do we need to fix? How are you going to get there? And we work out the strategy for them, and I show them the back end of what our clients get. Their jaw, I can just see it, their jaw just goes, whoa. You get so much, because just this one program took me 6 months to record, but it's obviously taken me 10 years to develop because of all the systems, procedures, and processes we have on how to develop this wow factor. And it's not about you, and it's not about your associate. Actually, it's about the patient. And that's the most important thing you have to remember, because most chiropractors that are really, really good practitioners and they're pretty rubbish at business always think that those two things are contradictory and they compelling, but actually you can totally have two things working in synchrony. Having an amazing business that makes you money, that gives you financial freedom, that provides amazing things for your team, but also it helps the patient live an absolutely amazing life and get them out of their discomfort, pain, problems, and health challenges. So the two are not a dichotomy. It's actually the other way around. I actually think a lot of times when you don't have a good model business, when you're not able to serve lots of patients, when you're not able to have process procedures, and when you don't have things like a perfect patient journey framework, your patients just leave you and they just go, well, yeah, they kind of helped me, but they didn't get to the root cause of the problem. Yeah, the pain is back again, so they didn't really fix me, but it helped at the time, which is where I believe my mission comes in. And that's to absolutely elevate the standard of how we build thriving, high impact practices here in the UK and beyond. So you've got to look at the perfect patient journey. Another point that I want to mention, which is once patients are in, once you get them better, once they have absolutely been a completely different person from the time they walked in, is how do you get them to become advocates of what you do? And that's where we have structures like Table Talk. That's where we teach people communication skills, and we have once a week for the time being, probably twice by the time you join the program. We have not just the business calls every week, but also live role play sessions where we give each other feedback and we absolutely grill each other on the communication skills of what it looks like to deliver a good day one, report of findings. We do something called day 3, re-exams, progress checks, and all the processes in between. And so that's really, really important. How do you turn patients into raving fans that talk about you, which ultimately is what will drive your business forward and what will bring longevity? Your brand and your reputation is everything. So you better be doing a good job when patients are in, but also you need to make it easy for them to refer. So this is where we say, how do you advocates and how do they become raving fans? So everyone is super happy and they talk about you. And we have lots of different ways to do that, from gamifying their health app so they can refer, they have different points, they like little flashes in the app, to being able to provide them with their scans and their visuals on the app so they can show off what the results we found, to referral stations in the clinic, to loyalty scheme programs that we build, and all that stuff, just so you can have a patient that has a great experience. It's freaking hard work. I'm probably the only person here on the internet to tell you this isn't easy. A lot of gurus out there will say, yeah, just do this and you'll be fine. Open your clinic and patients will come to you. They don't. No, guess what? You've got to work hard for it. But that's why you'll be successful, and that's why you'll help thousands of people, because we're not here to just get you 20 to 50 new patients and we're done. No, we're here to build a business that helps people live better. Period. So excuse me, I get quite passionate when I talk about this. So now you're doing 30K a month, you're doing 25 to 40K a month, depending on kind of where you are on your business journey. The 7th point is to move the mic, to build a highly effective team, which comes with a lot of headaches. So actually what happens, people join the program to be able to have more new patients, to be able to have better systems, to streamline the business so that they don't have to work in it. But it's impossible without having a team, and that is another skill on its own. You have to go and watch other videos that we've made on the YouTube channel. We're going to try and pop 1 or 2 here so you can see, or if you maybe until the end of the video, if you watch, we might be able to link another video to show you my organizational chart. And just, it's a whole new topic. I can talk about this forever and ever and ever. So that's really, really, really important. You've got to think after that, when you have team, you have to think automations. So one of the things I would do from very early on is to have SOPs. And part of my program is, how do we build SOPs? What's the SOP for building SOPs? That, again, one of my private clients, we absolutely turned their whole business around. And every month now they're doing record months. But more importantly, he's able to buy back his time. So he's not constantly fighting fire in the business. He's actually building, he's actually working on the business, which ultimately gives him a lot more fulfillment, a lot more joy, but also a lot more impact to the local community. And he's now even able to look at 2nd and 3rd and 4th clinic, I'm sure. So massive impact. But big dreams, big goals require discomfort. These things require you to do something that you haven't done before, which is why half of these challenges, this is the easy thing. I can teach you this in 6 to 12 months. The hard bit is your mindset. It's how you see what you're able or not able to do. And this is where leadership comes in, which is why a lot of the point number 7 teams, a lot of the things we teach is leadership. And finally, again, this is point number 9. This is the painful one, but you have to know your data. I put it in last, but I would argue that even before you choose your location, you need to know what business metrics are there, what difference they make to your business, how to measure them consistently, and more importantly, how to implement them. So that if you get to my stage one day, and not that I'm a genius, by the way, if anything, I'm an idiot. I just followed the blueprint of what works for us. We've replicated to 5 clinics, and now we teach other people how to do the same. So if I can do it, imagine the results you guys can achieve. But the KPI success tracker that we have is a free tool that I've built. We built it for our clinics a long time ago. I still use it. Every single Monday, I get a direct report from my manager on all these KPIs. And what I do with that is more important than just the KPIs itself. You have to understand, how do you make more data-driven decisions in your business rather than just guessing, am I going to get more new patients next month? Am I not? I'm not sure how much money I spent last month on marketing. I don't even know where to spend on marketing. I don't even know how many people converted into care. I don't even know how many people stayed with us 3 months ago compared to now. Really important to make use of these tools. I've made you a free tool with a free training video that has everything in terms of how to apply the tools, how to use them, and how to apply in your own practice. So check the link below somewhere. We'll link that. And all you have to do is just pop your details and we'll send you the training video as well as the KPI spreadsheet that I personally use, and I've invested, I think it's 10 to 15 minute video for you to see how we use it. And you can literally make your own copy of the spreadsheet and you can use that tracker for your own clinic in a degree that we do, which is, in my opinion, not necessarily the norm or the standard in the UK, but why not raise the standard? Who wants to be average nowadays? Average is just not good enough because our patients deserve better. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you really are serious about taking your business to the next level, I am more than honored to have helped over 40 clinics in the UK now in the last year. And we've taken them to 10 to 15K extra monthly revenue in 180 days or less. And this is just the smaller practices. We have practices that work with us that have multiple practices, multiple associates, and we have people that are just starting out and they want to learn all this stuff and they want to learn it the right way. So if you are interested, we can hop on a call and we can see if we can help you. If I cannot help you and if I truly think you're not ready yet, I'll make sure I guide you the right way and maybe send you some free resources. But for now, thank you for watching. If you're not ready to commit yet, at least subscribe to this channel, like the video so that you don't miss out in the future. And I think if more people knew how valuable these free videos are, maybe we should start charging. But for the time being, thank you so much for watching. Until next time.